Hello.
Did we
Whoa.
scare you?
Me? Yes. My computer had like a total freak out right before we did this. And woo. Well,
Harry, your video is not on.
Who?
They've turned into Sam.
there he is. Ooh.
Everyone's backgrounds from last time.
Yeah. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Quaran-TEAM game night with the Unmentionables. This is where hi, Kyle. This is where we dick around and we just have fun, and we hope that you have fun with us. And yeah, if you like what you see, feel free to donate. Our Venmo is at Vermont Comedy Club, all spelled out, all one word. And if you donate, we will read the things out loud that you put in the comments of the Venmo donation. Oftentimes people also will ask us to do things, and we will do them within reason. So keep that in mind. And we're excited because, so technically things are a little different tonight. We're streaming to Twitch. We're streaming to Zoom. We're on Zoom. We're streaming to YouTube. We're streaming to Facebook. We're streaming to all of these places. So we're trying that out.
We're really trying to make a comeback from last week.
Yeah. This background does not allow for a lot of...
And we'll see.
It's not very forgiving. I'm going to change my background. Who wants to start us off?
Brian.
Brian?
Hi.
Brian.
We're just gonna do some improvised. They're not quite TED Talks, but we'll do Q&As with experts, and you in the chat will be giving us individually what our expertises are. What's the plural of expertise? Say it together.
Expertise.
Expertose.
So you're gonna give us our expertise, and we will each take turns expounding on our thing, and we'll take questions from the chat, but from each other as well here on the panel.
Keegan,
are you learn a lot.
Kids?
I actually, Brian, you're an expert on murder hornets, right?
Yeah. I heard
so
yes.
If you don't mind kicking it off.
So, okay, yeah. Just want to, before I take any questions, let you know, murder hornets.
And that was the presentation by Brian about murder hornets. We can open up the Q&A now.
Great.
They never.
Okay.
Does anyone have any questions?
Yeah, I do have a question.
Yeah.
So I was wondering, like, murder hornets, do they ever become serial killer hornets? Like, do they kill so much that they reach that capacity?
If it's in one planned movement within one day and more than one thing or person is killed, then they are serial killer hornets. But for now, they're just murder hornets. You'd be very unlucky if you ran into a serial killer hornet, because that means they know what they're doing.
Brian, I have a
Guys.
question. So I keep bees. I don't know if you knew that about me, but the other day I went out to my hive and I noticed that all of my bees were dead and decapitated. And I was just curious, when can I expect that to happen to me? Because I've heard that they are murderers and it doesn't matter what the species is. And so I guess two-part, when and how can I protect myself?
That's such a great question. And to
I'll take my
answer
question
your first question, yes, the answer is within the next hour, because they go in, they take out the workers, then they go for the queen. Once the queen's gone, who's next? The real queen. That's you. So within the next hour, they will be in your house and just going in a circle. Yeah, you're the queen. You got less than an hour, so enjoy it. And I don't remember your second question, so the answer is no.
What makes them kill? Why do they kill? What do they do?
They're irritated. They were born with a niche on their back that they can't reach, and so they've just got like 200,000 of those in a frickin' earth bag, which is what I call their nests, and they're up in a tree and they're always angry, and so they got to take it out on someone else.
How did we figure that out? How do we know that?
we put electrodes on their temples, and we can see their dreams.
Wow.
We can. I'm not saying
we have a question. We have a question in the chat. So if I'm not horny, will I still get murdered? Asked by A. Wood.
That question, no matter what the context, is yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I actually had a question. How do the murder hornets make all the tiny little guillotines to dehead the bees?
Good question.
So much like many other insects, they can produce silk, and so their silk comes out their ass, and they're able to, when it's solidified, they can solidify it with their own saliva. It makes it hard, and so they're able to build things out of that. So they build their nests out of that. They have little cars, but the guillotines is mostly what they're known for. Yeah, thanks for the question. I'm just so glad none of you brought up my scandal. So that should be it for today, right?
I haven't been asked a question yet. I'm so sorry. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
No, go, Aaron.
No, I never got. You didn't see. I'm all the way in the back here, and my. I don't know. I don't know if you could hear. My hand was raised.
3.
I just have a question about your scandal. You're no longer allowed in Sears Tower. Why? Why is that?
So you know how people like to drop pennies off the top
Willis
of
Tower.
tall. Thank you. You know how people like to drop pennies off the top of top buildings?
Yeah.
I was feeling that same hankering that most people feel when they get to the top. I want to drop a penny. I want to drop a penny. I didn't have a penny on me. I had 200,000 murder hornets. So I dropped a murder hornet nest from the top of the Willis Tower, and it landed on a Segway tour. And they all they went in circles and just every which way, launched straight into the frickin' river. And that really set me back as far as academia, but I'm living with it.
We have a question.
Go ahead.
From Kevin McTaggart. Sorry, Kevin. Why would murder hornets need cars?
They don't. But they are a bunch of little, like, I don't know what the word is. They're like bitchy badasses, like they are badass in some ways, but I mean, they're all badasses together. And so they all think they're cooler than each other. And so it's like they're into hot rods and things like that. It's more of a power move, but they're all doing it. So it kind of cancels out. It was irritating. I spent my entire thesis trying to figure out why they drive little cars, and it was so disappointing to find out.
No.
Well, that's all the time we have with you, Brian. But we do have another expert coming up, and all we need from the chat is a suggestion of what this person is an expert in.
I think I might have seen chipmunktologist, a chipmunktologist.
Oh, we know who that is.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
We know who that is.
We know who that is.
Show yourself.
We do. We all know.
You know who that is.
That is Natalie.
Don't be shy.
Yeah, I know. I was just seeing. I was just seeing if people could guess. So yeah, chipmunkologist. I study all things chipmunk. So from the actual chipmunks to Alvin and the Chipmunks, to the Rescue Rangers. I'm all about chipmunks all the time. So if anyone has any questions about chipmunks, I'm happy to answer them. And I hope
it's
that.
Funny,
What?
No, it's funny because I was specifically told not to mention Chippendale Rescue Rangers, but you just.
Oh, and we have another question that just popped up.
Now, here's the thing about Chippendale.
And COVID kids ask who is hotter, Chippendale.
Talk about them. It's fine to talk about them, but what is not fine is what COVID kids just wrote in the comments, which is asking who is hotter, Chip or Dale. Okay. You don't.
Team Edward, Team Jacob.
People sexualizing chipmunks
Never
is wrong.
I mean, the Hawaiian shirt kind of is the thing that sexualized Chip.
Hey,
And like no pants. You're kind of.
What are you saying, John? What are you saying, that they're asking for it because they're wearing Hawaiian shirts and no
Asking
pants?
for what? I'm saying he's sexy.
Oh wow.
This is
Please,
exactly
please.
why I don't like talking about it. I don't like talking about which one is sexier, because they're both equally sexy in their bodies, no matter what they want to wear.
That's ridiculous. Do we have another question?
Yes. So Natalie, I'm excited to hear about the 2 years you lived as a chipmunk, to really get immersed into that life. And I want to know, what was the hardest part for you of those 2 years?
Okay. Yeah, very good question. So I took a page out of the book from Jane Goodall, is my mentor. She's everything to me, and of course she lived for years and years and years in the jungles of Africa with chimpanzees, studying them, naming them, getting to know them. And she learned so much more about chimpanzees than anyone else. So with me, I did not have to go to the jungles of Africa. Basically, I just set up a shack in the woods out by my parents' house in the Northeast Kingdom. And I lived there for 3 years.
Wasn't there something that the neighborhood people called you while you were living there?
Oh yeah, I saw the newspaper.
Okay, well, that's a hurtful thing to bring up.
No.
But that's what the headline said. I remember when you attacked the kids with the rake.
Hey.
They deserved it, okay? Yes. Did I attack a child with a rake? Yes, I did. Okay, but they deserved it.
I remember it was Shack Lady Attacks. That was the thing.
And when I say my family, I don't mean my parents. I mean my chipmunk family.
Okay. And where did you have to go to marry your chipmunk husband?
See, that leads into what I was going to say too.
Okay, well, what were you going to say?
It's not a question, but we do need to talk about your 6 little sons.
Okay, my sons,
I
don't like when people bring children into this. Leave the children out of it. But while we're on the topic of my sons, yes, they're half human, half chipmunk.
There it is.
That's just who they are. And honestly, they have a lot of advantages that just children or
Say
just
their names.
Melvin, Craig, Buddy, Mitchell.
You should be able to do this maybe a little faster.
Kevin. I'm doing it for emphasis.
Okay.
And this one? One more.
Sully?
And I actually didn't catch all of those.
Celine?
Celine.
Okay.
My son, Celine.
Okay.
Saleem or Celine?
Neither.
It doesn't matter.
Celine.
We're out of time. Thank you so much, Natalie.
Thank you so much.
That was a lot.
Okay.
Thank you. We've been illuminated. That was a lot. And I think we have time for maybe one
more. Yeah.
One more.
Yeah,
does anybody else in the audience have an expertise?
Bunions, that's gross.
I actually know more about bunions.
I remember
we know
John.
who that is.
Yeah, John.
All you.
Yeah.
I do know a lot about bunions. I have a postgraduate degree in it, and I did my thesis.
Ashley Michelle wrote the Spice Girls, and it's.
Well, my thesis was on.
Interesting because you're an expert.
Baby Spice's bunions specifically.
Yes, it comes together.
Screw Monterey Jack. Yeah.
I'm just responding.
Does anyone have any questions? I know that. He's best bunions recipes. Sure. I mean, a lot of people, you do have to soak bunions anyway, and you're gonna get a broth from that. You're gonna get a broth. So you might as well use it. Any sort of root vegetables can go in that broth. Something without a lot of flavor anyway, because believe me, you're not going to be wanting for flavor. You'll have plenty. So I would say a stew with root vegetables, just soak it. The quiet guy in the back, Aaron. Oh, I have lots of questions, but Aaron, go, Aaron.
Hi.
Aaron,
I don't mean for this to be a gotcha question, but in your thesis, you posited that Baby Spice's bunions were from the really tall platform shoes that she would wear, but all 5 of the Spice Girls wore platform shoes, and the other 4 did not have bunions.
Well, we don't know that they had bunions. First of all, second of all, because she is a baby, she shouldn't necessarily be wearing platform shoes, and she doesn't have the feet strength to put up with it, which might cause, when you're wearing adult shoes as a baby, the extra bunion movement in that.
And then they get pregnant at the end of the movie, and that's a lot of pressure on someone's feet.
That's
especially as a baby.
Yeah.
We have some questions in the chat.
Yeah. Well, COVID Kids is referencing, I believe, a famous poem that you wrote, where you compared bunions with funyuns, and I think they and everyone else would hope that you could recite that for us now.
I would say any kids in the room should leave for this.
No, it's perfectly.
It is not safe for work, people.
Okay. Come here, love. Let's have some fun, Yun. We want to talk before you have to run, yonder, because the sun will set and the bridge will make the bunion a funyon smidge of love.
God,
and I was suffering. I was poisoned before I wrote that. I was poisoned by the manager of the Spice Girls because they had caught me again hiding in a locker with all the shoes.
So were you the father of all the babies?
Oh my God.
That's all we were wondering.
Oh my God. It makes so much sense.
No.
That was our only question.
That was it.
No.
You dodged it and we still found our way back to it.
We gleaned the information we needed to glean.
Yeah. We read between the lines and the stanzas.
I did like how one of those lines in your poems rapped. That was Shakespearean. That was very excellent.
Did Meatloaf continue driving tour buses?
Did Meatloaf continue driving tour buses?
After the I assume that's a movie reference.
I assume that it's from Spice World.
Oh.
So
he would be who I would cast as a bus driver. That's a fact.
Yeah.
But again, you're avoiding the answer to the question.
I don't understand the question. What baby?
Are you one of the aliens?
Are you trying to make me go crazy?
And now I'm concerned that your degree is not what you say it is, John.
Mm-hmm. Even though it's on the wall behind you.
Yeah. Now, here's what I want to know. Where did you go to school? Because my degree is just a boring paper.
I went to Harvard.
You get a chandelier when you graduate from Harvard.
Yeah, it's the fanciest college in the country.
That checks out.
How do you spell Harvard?
HARVARD.
Wrong.
Okay, it's the real one.
Oh.
It's the real one. That was the test. That was the test to make sure. All right, I think that's the end of our the end of our talk for now.
Aaron you know what? Aaron trouble.
Aaron needs to come back into the room.
I've been.
How's my internet? This is my first time in my new apartment.
Oh yeah,
you look great.
Brian got a new apartment.
Brian got a new apartment.
You know what I want? I didn't ask what people are drinking, but I don't want to know that this week. What I want to know is everyone chat something like, what was the best thing that happened to you this week, or like what was something good that happened to you, and it can also be what you're drinking currently. That's what I want to know.
Anyone?
Aaron, Brian, you moved into a new apartment this week.
Saw a mink.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Ooh.
Where?
Alive, I hope.
Oh, I saw the pictures. Kyle had a bunch of pictures of a mother mink transporting babies across the river.
A mother mink?
Across the river?
That's crazy.
A mink came up onto a rock on Lake Champlain when I was getting my wedding pictures taken. The day of our wedding, I was posing on a rock by Lake Champlain, and a mink came up and stood by my feet.
Whoa.
I don't know why that happens. Sometimes it gets so loud. I've never had that happen with anyone else.
Natalie.
Is it still loud?
No.
Anymore.
It's like the meme that everyone uses on like TikTok and Vine where they just blow out the last three words, but it's like never the right words.
I didn't change a goddamn thing. Okay, hold on. We got some Venmo donations. So before we move on to our next thing, let's see what this is. John. Okay, I'm supposed to say, just for tonight, we are waiving the within reason rule for donations. Only for John. So Wendy also donated and said, could the panelists please get a piece of food and do something vaguely erotic with it?
Yes.
Wow.
It's gonna be hard for me to keep
Does
this
anyone
vague
have food?
with a big Newton.
I don't.
I have food right next to me.
Big Newton, here we go. Wendy, this is for you.
I have New York style bagel crisp.
Did that go in your mouth?
And Wendy, my parents are watching.
Okay.
So I don't know.
Ooh.
ASMR.
Oh, that was good. Good.
Is that a bunny? What are you?
Welcome back to my channel.
Very, very erotic. Wendy, I hope that was satisfying.
Wait, that
to you.
counted because a big old chunk, like that size chunk,
we saw
directly onto my crotch.
So that, yep.
You don't have a crotch. We know what your body. We know what your body's shaped like.
Just like a Ken doll.
My parents are disappointed. What else is new?
Yeah.
You're disappointed.
They're disappointed. We raised you to be more sensual than that, Aaron.
Yes.
I could keep going, but I don't want to.
Okay, good.
Can I ask Aaron's parents who
All
gets
right.
the keyboard? Who's in charge of the
Yeah.
keyboard?
Who are you? Who's typing today?
They each have one hand.
Mom.
And they do it together, but they cross over the hands. It's like the crossing the drink.
It's romantic. Yeah, that's how they keep the spark going. Crossing hands over a keyboard.
Yeah.
No. They said no. Can people on like other things see the chat, or can they just see us?
They cannot see. I don't believe they can see the Zoom chat, but they have their own chats. I'm not sure. Sam is figuring it out tonight. We're figuring it out.
Yeah.
Well, it's time to play our favorite game, and it's a backline game. And it's fun. And it's a backline game. It's a little backline game that is going to be selected by me, and it's called
something about a
Speaking
banana.
Of my parents being disappointed in me. Let's play Sex with Me.
Oh, good, good.
Oh, my mom just said we can see all the chats.
Oh, great.
Yes,
Okay.
Zoom, because you're on Zoom. But we were wondering if the people on Twitch can also see the Zoom chats.
Well, all the chats.
Probably not.
Well, we'll read that. If we react to chats, we'll read them. We'll be careful.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Hi, Mom. I'm sorry about this next game that we're gonna play.
Oh yeah, you're gonna love this, Mary Jane Miller.
Yeah.
We're gonna play a game called Sex with Me, which is where we're gonna tell you what sex with us is like. We're gonna get a suggestion from your audience, and then we're going to say sex with me is like suggestion. Sex pun, sex pun.
Banana.
Okay, banana. Sex with me is like a banana. Appealing. Sex with me is like a banana.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sex with me is like a banana. It goes bad after a week or so.
Good. Yep.
Oh, good.
Oh.
Appliance salesperson.
Suggestion?
Oh no, banana wasn't the suggestion. Banana was the example.
Oh.
We have a suggestion.
Appliance salesperson. Thank you for keeping that gender neutral, my parents.
Yes.
My parents.
My parents.
Sex with me is like an appliance salesperson. Nope. No, I don't have anything.
Sex with me is like an appliance salesperson. I used to go knocking on doors, but now it's all done online.
Mm.
Do you get it? Did you? I did one, you guys.
Mm-hmm. Sex
Anyone?
with me is like an appliance salesman. Everyone's pretty sure that I'm somehow ripping them off.
Mm-hmm.
Sex with me is like an appliance salesperson. Look how much dust I just got out of your couch.
Sex with me is like an appliance salesperson. We eat our lunch in the back room at Sears, if you know what I mean.
Oh.
I don't.
No, I got it.
I didn't mean to say lunch.
I don't.
You work
Get
at
another
Sears.
suggestion.
You work at Sears.
Let's get another suggestion.
A shell.
There was one.
Can we get
kombucha.
Oh, that's a good one.
Sex with me is like kombucha with the mother.
No.
Sex with me is like kombucha. I am good for your intestinal health.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Scoby.
Kelly and A Wood both yelled Scoby at the same time, so that's really fun.
Okay.
Sex with me is like kombucha. Crunchy Vermonters really seem to like it.
Sex with me is like kombucha. Now at grocery stores, you can find me on tap.
Oh.
Sex with me is like kombucha. It's an acquired
Stephanie, you've
taste,
done two. I'm so proud.
Oh.
I get why Natalie wouldn't like it.
I'm
it's
done.
An acquired
You got
taste.
a
You
great
really
night.
have to have a refined understanding of sex.
Sex with me is like kombucha. Feels like chia seeds going down your throat.
Oh.
That's not what kombucha is.
Oh, you do not think that
No, Brian,
there's an
no.
you do not think that they make kombucha with chia seeds in it.
Yeah,
Sex with me.
another-
Sex with me is
let's get another
like sex with me is
suggestion.
like kombucha. I've been lying to Brian about what it is for a year.
I'm doing research now because I know it's real.
Ooh,
Kyle Tansley just wrote, sex with me is like kombucha. You always ask yourself, why is this so expensive? But you keep buying it anyway. That is a good one.
Yeah,
That is
you got to
good.
drink it weekly for your health.
Seems like we have another suggestion from
We
Neely
did
Wood.
that one. We got
Blacksmith.
Blacksmith from Neil
That's
Wood.
good.
Ooh.
Oh.
Blacksmith.
Sex with me is like
Sex
a
with me
black.
is like a
There's
black.
like
a lot
Blacksmith. Bang it out.
Everyone at once.
that
We'll
was
go for the same one.
really. Oh, that's great.
I think I'm still lagging, and that's why this is a huge issue.
Oh, Brian's still figuring out what sex is.
Oh, chia seeds.
No. Aaron, go ahead and do yours because I didn't hear it.
I said the same thing as you. I said there's a lot of banging, but I said it, but it's hot banging.
I got one.
Yeah.
Sex with me is like a blacksmith on display at Shelburne Museum, you guys. Oh.
Sex with me
Popped up, right? Wow.
Sex with me is like blacksmithing. You think it's going to be useful, and then you just start making a lot of non-useful things.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sex with me is like blacksmithing. It smells like iron.
No.
Your mic. You gotta get
too
closer
far
to your
away
mic.
from
Where'd you go, kombucha?
Sex with me is like blacksmithing. It got less popular once cars were around.
And
Yeah.
Ashley Michelle in the comments asks, Steph, are you sober tonight? You're killing it.
I know, you guys. I did bring a whole bottle of wine down here. It's gone already. It
Also-
wasn't full though. It wasn't full. I was just finishing it.
So opposite of that, actually, Michelle. She's the problem has been soberness. We also had one from the chat from Caitlin Kernet. Sex with me is like kombucha. It's available most local Burlington bars. I messed it up on multiple words.
Yes.
Sorry about that.
That's
Yes.
true. Someone once tried to
Oh,
sell
that's
us
true.
kombucha on tap for the club because they were like, you can make cocktails with it. I'm like,
Can you?
No.
Yeah, but then they'll taste bad.
Yeah.
My
People
boyfriend
order
drinks
vodka
gallons of
kombuchas
stuff,
all day.
so we're not a household against it. But I would rather
Yeah.
drink beer without.
oh my gosh, I see a mink. I'll be right back. There's a mink over here.
Is a
What, right
mink?
now?
A mink?
We're just talking about minks.
Seriously, there's a mink
What a
outside your window?
coincidence.
No, it's a
I mean, that's what
stuffed
she
animal
said.
or it's Tina. She's gonna grab Ellen or a stuffed animal and drag it over here. I've seen this
Right.
before.
Brian, where did you go?
Kyle Tansley in the
No.
chat says, Kyle
Where-
Tansley
I'm
in the
not-
chat says, Big Booch Brian.
I'm not coming
That's
back
not
till you
bad.
admit that chia seed kombucha is something I see in the fucking grocery store every goddamn day.
I didn't say that.
Oh,
chia
sorry.
seed
Did I
kombucha
say a
doesn't
mink? I meant-
exist.
Bourbon.
Oh,
I thought.
Oh, I was wrong.
I
What did you
said
think I was doing?
that.
I
Kombu-
said
that-
either going to go get a stuffed animal or Ellen.
Oh, yeah. I could have done that.
I will
Mhm.
not. I will not concede. There is
Concede.
such a thing as chia seed kombucha, but you said, but I said that's not what kombucha is. Kombucha does not always come with chia. Kombucha is not a chia seed drink. It can come with chia seeds, but it doesn't necessarily come with chia seeds.
Yeah, but since
Okay.
when was this game fun when we nitpick every goddamn thing?
Yeah, let's move on, you guys. It's
Yeah,
time.
moving on.
Okay.
Do we want to do a Jackbox game or do we want to do the other thing?
No, we got
Let's
our
do
other
a
thing.
The other thing?
Jackbox
All right.
Fun.
Yeah, let's. Oh, Stephanie has been drinking. I
Okay.
like it.
All right, yeah, we're doing the other thing.
Let's do yeah, we'll do the thing.
We'll do
So
the other
what
thing.
we're doing is Brian's applying for a job.
Oh, I see what you did there.
And he needs to be on screen so I can be sure that I give like he knows what's going on. Because if I don't, then he'll never come back. We're gonna get some gets from the audience. So Brian, you have to watch us but not listen to us. Is that something you can set
Yeah,
up?
Starting now?
don't listen.
Yeah.
Yeah, starting now.
What are
Make sure
that's
you
so
wave
creepy.
when you're
it's like
ready
you're
for
in a
me.
little tiny tent.
All right, we'll wave when we're ready for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also
Okay.
we did just get a donation that says chia seed kombucha is the best kombucha.
Whoa.
Okay.
So
I wish Brian was
Alright.
here to hear that.
That's a real F you to Aaron.
All right.
So I don't remember the gets. Can someone that remembers the gets get them?
Yes, absolutely. So Brian, we're going to play a guessing game right now. Brian is going to have to
Closing the
guess
chat.
quite a
Oh,
few
good
things
idea.
from us. The five of us will be the panel of people hiring Brian or interviewing Brian for this job. And he is going to have to guess three things. He's going to have to guess what the job is. He also has a particular interesting point on his resume, a special skill that he has that has nothing to do with the job he's applying for. And he was fired from his recent job for a very strange reason. So we're going to get those gets from you all. And through the interview process, Brian is going to have to guess what those things are. So to start, can we get the job that Brian is applying for? This does not have to be a real job.
Ooh.
Tiny clockmaker.
I love
a
it.
bunch. Put a bunch in there. Put a bunch in
Oh,
there.
yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Let's see a job.
Penguin
that
tickler.
someone
Penguin tickler,
Good.
tiny clockmaker.
Penguin tickler. A
Gentleman.
gentleman.
Gentlemen.
Yeah, I mean, I
Big
fell in
swinger.
love at tiny clockmaker.
Big swing.
Okay.
Yeah, tiny clockmaker is kind of an inside joke for our
Oh,
regular.
we got plus
Oh,
one
that's
there.
true.
And we got a
Plus
second
one.
vote for tiny clockmaker, and it was the first, so we might as well go for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So tiny clockmaker.
So Brian is applying for a job as a tiny clockmaker. Now, he has a special bullet point on his resume, some sort of skill that he is coming into this job interview with, and it has nothing to do with tiny clocks or making tiny clocks. What is Brian's special skill? He is bulletproof.
Bulletproof. C++ programming. John, do you know what that is?
Can only
Yeah,
piece
programming.
it down.
You can see plus one.
Can only be sitting down. Be laying.
That's a great one.
Balloon animals. Able to
Keegan.
castrate
Tying
large
shoes with his
farm
mouth.
animals.
Come on.
Wow.
Keegan.
What the heck?
Brian's
Wow,
sensitive
these
about
are all
that.
incredible.
I would do it. I think all these are good. I think adding chia seeds to kombucha might get him riled up.
I chose the last one. Natalie, you choose this one.
Okay, I think we should go with the first thing. I think Brian's bulletproof.
Okay, great.
Okay.
And Brian was fired from his last job for a very specific reason that, again, has nothing to do with the last two gets that we got. Why was Brian fired from his last job?
Because he can only be
Fired for
sitting
adding
down.
chia seeds to
Oh.
public nudity, laughing at toast. He laughed at toast. And that
break
caused him
room,
to
you
be
guys.
fired. Yeah,
Yeah.
cool.
That is
Yeah.
I picked the last one. John, you picked this one.
Laughing at toast.
Laughing at toast. He pooped wrong.
We have to give
Great.
hints about these things. So
I love it.
Brian is trying to get a job as a tiny clockmaker. He is bulletproof.
Oh God, I
He
have
was
to write
fired
this
from
down.
his last job for laughing at toast.
Okay,
Great.
so we're gonna bring Brian back. We're gonna bring Brian back on in here. We're all gonna wave at him, and he is going to have to guess all of those things. Okay, and we're all interviewing.
Brian and Helena suggested pooping wrong. That's not what it is, but that's funny.
Don't look at the.
So Brian, just to recap, you're gonna have to guess what job you're interviewing for, what special skill you have on your resume, and why you were fired from your last job. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Don't look at the chat.
Brian, thank you so much for coming in.
Yeah, thank you so
You made it
much.
through 2 phone interviews, and now you're here with the whole management team. So we really, this is it's down to you and 2 other people.
I'm excited to be here, and I'm glad it's me.
Yeah, we could not wait to get our little hands on this resume. You know what I mean?
We are running a little short on time, so I do want to get the
Right.
question started.
Save some time. Shop online.
Yeah.
Andy's
just a quick
Toyota.
question for you. Everybody has little annoyances that they have in the workplace. And I like to ask people about their quirks. Do you have any little tics, or do you need anything like?
I mean, for the most part, I'm just your average show up on time, work till the end of the day type person. But sometimes I take long lunch breaks.
Oh, okay.
So would you say that you might be a little cuckoo?
Yes, I'm obsessed with clocks.
Well, great. We like that here.
So my cubicle might be filled with clocks. That's something you
I hope
be watching
not.
out for.
We should be selling
cubicles here.
Yeah.
Here's what I want to know. I just want to know how I lost it. I'm not going to lie. I lost it.
It's okay. It's okay. We all get nervous during job interviews.
Sometimes we have big questions, and sometimes we focus more on the smaller versions of questions. You know what I mean, Natalie? So it's okay.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, of course.
But I do have a question. How do you keep what kind of pieces do you have in your house?
Timepieces?
Yeah,
naturally.
Yeah.
What else would I? Yeah.
I mean, that's what you said was vague, but within the context, it kind of makes sense. But so I have a grandfather clock, and I have a lot of watches.
Oh, we like those second ones better.
I have a lot of pocket watches.
Okay.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Those are tiny. Yeah.
Yes. Can I see your hands?
Around.
Yeah.
Can I see your hands for a second?
Oh, those will be fine.
Those will be okay.
Yep.
Yeah. I was afraid that you might not be delicate enough.
Right. Yeah. I'm not on the manufacturing side of things. I do more paperwork and filing, but look at these bad boys. They're huge. It'd be hard for me to do.
Yeah.
Excuse me, Brian, I'm curious, as such a skilled tradesman, I'm just curious why we're not seeing any of the products that you've made in the past on display. It just seems sort of interesting. Why do you choose
we
that
just
great life?
We're hoping you would show us your background.
Yeah, if you could do that.
Not to speak of other interviewees, but the last guy we interviewed, who was actually also named Brian, which is weird, kind of was showing off a bit.
Yeah,
yeah,
we liked that. Yeah,
good one
right
that
now
we made.
I have a lot of my stuff put away in drawers to keep it safe.
Sure.
Right, because this stuff needs to be kept safe. Am I right? Or is that sarcasm? That's sarcasm. I love being reckless with this stuff.
Well, other Brian had his prominently displayed in his background. We could see it in his background.
Mm-hmm. The perspective was all off.
What?
Was that a guess from you?
Did you happen to?
Yeah. Tiny clock, exactly.
It was.
Yes.
It was my
first.
It was my first tiny clock.
And you did what?
You did make that. You did make that tiny clock.
You made that?
Yeah. I've made tiny
so
clocks
that's perfect
for up
for
to 10
this
years.
job.
That was the first one, and that's why I'm excited to work here.
Oh, wonderful!
Great.
Okay,
great.
well,
Awesome.
with that,
and you know what?
Perfect.
Yeah. Yep.
Let me just I'm looking at your resume now, and it looks like you left your last job. It looks like you may have gotten burned a little bit.
Oh.
Yes, I cooked popcorn for too long during my lunch break, started a fire, and I got burnt during that. I don't know if that's the thing that you're thinking about.
No.
I mean, there's been a lot of different things in my storied past because I have a lot of experience, and things are naturally going to happen when you have experience.
Sure. It's more that you belittled your manager for something that they had waited a couple of minutes for, and was not the color that they were hoping it would be.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest. We were not very excited when we saw that this had popped up on your resume, you know?
Mm-hmm. Oh, right.
Yeah, you kind of have a dark path.
Break room culture is really important to us. I don't know if you can tell that we all have a really strong bond. Sorry, were you going to interrupt me? Or
I feel like we're on the same page. Yes, I was. And I feel like we're all... I mean, they say there's different types of toast people, right? There's like the people who eat naturally uncooked bread and people who like burn it, right? I'm always going to burn the toast, and whether or not you like that, I'm going to make you feel bad.
In what sense do you mean burn?
I'm going to roast you. I'm going to roast you.
You're going to roast me?
Yeah, I'm going to roast you for your preferences on toast.
Right. Okay.
Well,
you were laughing at me, or
the royal you. Anyone who manages me will get roasted for commenting on how I make my toast.
Okay.
Next question. Is that right?
I think that's fine. We can move on.
So I see that you're giggling right now.
Yeah, I'm on nitrous.
You have Oh, okay. Well, no judgment.
What you're saying? No.
It seems like you share your giggles freely. And that's fine as long as it's not in a mean-spirited way.
Yeah. We had, we're going to be honest, we did call your last boss, and they said it wasn't the words you said towards the toast. It was more the sounds you made from your mouth.
I think they described you as a hyena.
Yeah.
We have to get that hyena out of here.
Yes.
And we should say that they did say you were very nice to all of your coworkers, but
yeah,
I wanted to take back what I said earlier. I felt like I was being pushed in a corner, and I said I would attack all of you if you ever commented on my food, but I mostly will just cackle and evilly attack my own food for how it came out.
Okay.
Okay, so if you were to just maybe put cackle in a more simpler term and then be more specific with the food.
Yeah.
I laugh at toast.
Yep.
Yes. Thank you for admitting that.
Thank you.
It takes a really strong person to admit their faults like that.
Absolutely.
And you know, like really want to go into what you're really good at. So let's think of this question as, you know, you have nothing to lose, so we're gonna fire away a few more questions. So would anyone else like to take that on?
I do. I have a question. Since you came into the room, I noticed you were wearing flannel, and I was curious if that was, you know, a choice you made to cover up anything underneath. Is that because that's not a normal?
Are you talking about my scars?
I'm not. No, I'm
not. No, but
actually.
I wouldn't mind hearing about it.
Are you talking about my tattoo of my scars?
No. Uh-oh. And this interview has gone past 5 o'clock, which means we can drink on the job. I'm going to grab some bourbon or rye. Oh, what is that? Oh, this one has a lot of alcohol in it. That's 180 whatever.
What proof is you know what I think we should do? Shots.
Oh.
Shots.
Bourbon.
Pew, pew, pew.
And you're right, Natalie. I didn't.
You guys.
Pew, pew, pew.
This is very unorthodox.
So I
Brian, go ahead and take that shot.
Yeah.
Take that shot, Brian.
Take it. You can handle it, right? You got what it takes.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah. According to your resume, you can take all the shots you want.
If this is a reference to how many flu shots I got last year,
it's not.
No, it's not.
I got 100 of them.
But I wonder, though, that's impressive to me that a flu shot will penetrate your skin.
Yeah.
That just ricocheted right off of you.
Yeah, because my skin has been tough and I've been shot before.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, you have. And what happened when you were shot?
It bounced off.
Right.
Yes.
I have documentation.
Because why?
I have proof of that
baby.
here.
Because I had a flask. I had a flask in my. Huh? I got shot.
Interesting.
No,
I thought it was because you have a superpower. So if
I just have one more question.
What adjective does that make you?
Yeah. I heard that the military is using your skin for testing for new vests.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear your skin is made of Kevlar.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, Kevlar.
It is.
And which makes you what?
I'm bulletproof and I'm
Yay! You're hired.
You're hired.
Oh my God, you're hired.
You did it.
I don't want this.
Recap?
I don't want this job.
Recap?
Too bad you got the job.
Now that I've bared my soul. No, this is embarrassing. I'm bulletproof. I deserve to have a better job because I am bulletproof. I freaking laugh at toast.
What is the job?
And I'm a tiny clock salesman maker.
Okay, close enough.
Yeah.
Yay! Oh my God, I can't believe you did it.
I forget how much these games stress me out.
Awesome suggestions, everybody.
Ooh, COVID Kid says Brian really comes to an interview in a flannel. Really? It's Vermont.
Ugh. That's
Vermont more than business casual. That's like Vermont fancy.
Yeah, and Ashley, did you get
Rachel,
my song
Ashley,
reference?
like
Ashley
your
Michelle?
reference?
I also did a song reference.
Ashley
do you
Michelle,
feel about doing a quick Jackbox to end it off, or do you want to skip that?
I think we need to yell at Ashley Michelle for giving. for giving someone other than Aaron a compliment. You can't do that. You can't do that, Ashley Michelle. I don't know if you've been in this show before, but that's not how compliments work in this house.
I just got a text from Nathan. He's gonna see this after and be pissed. I just got a text from Nathan. He's in the kitchen. He texts, I burned something. It's under control. So if my fire alarm goes off, I'll mute my phone.
It's toast, clearly.
According to Ashley,
It was toast.
she's carrying my child.
So what? I haven't looked at the chat. What was the laughing at toast thing?
That's it.
That's it.
That's what it was.
That's why you got fired. You got fired for laughing at toast.
My parents, that's not true. She's not carrying my child. Ashley Michelle is not carrying my child. Can we quash this rumor? Not mazel. No mazeling. We will not mazel any tovs.
Congrats.
I didn't impregnate anyone.
Mazel.
This is a surprise baby shower for you.
What? No, I didn't. I don't. No.
Yeah. Speaking of baby showers, I just want to say, anyone who's like a fan of local comedy will appreciate this. Okay, Gladys. Gladys is a stand-up comedian. She's local. She's super funny. She's been pregnant. Yesterday morning, Gladys gave birth to twins, which is wonderful. Yesterday morning, Gladys gave birth to twins and still did the open mic that night from the hospital.
Oh my God.
That is
with a mask on.
That's incredible. That is dedication right there. Gladys did the open mic from the hospital.
I can probably do that.
He is the greatest. You could do that? Yeah. Sure. Kyle Tansley said she's a legend. I agree. I think that is something that the comedy community is going to be talking about for decades. And decades. But congratulations to Gladys. I don't think she's watching right now, but very exciting.
And her set was great, all about white supremacists. They're a hoot. Okay. Ashley Michelle.
Gladys does not pull her punches, that's for sure.
No, she certainly doesn't.
I've got a couple more Venmos here before we move on to the next thing. So whoever wants to do queue up the next thing, do that while I'm reading these. Brian Hines gave us a donation and said, technically, this is also a text from the kitchen. Not my kitchen, I don't think. Maybe a kitchen in somewhere else. I am supposed to claim I am a widow baby. That is I am a widow baby.
That sounds
with
good.
Conviction.
Yeah.
With conviction.
And I just received a donation from Aaron's parents, but it is contingent upon Aaron and Ashley having their first grandchild. So,
wow.
As soon as Aaron and Ashley have their first grandchild, I'll pass that over. Until then, I'm going to hang on to it.
No.
I'm going to hang on to it at the club. But as soon as Aaron impregnates Ashley Michelle and Ashley Michelle has birth, and they specifically said first, so any other babies that come first will null and void the contract, and I will still be able to keep the money.
Okay.
Well, I don't see that happening anytime soon.
Ashley
Michelle will do stand up from the hospital too. Okay. All right. Yeah, I think you might have to keep this donation, Natalie. I don't see how I can get Ashley Michelle pregnant from Chicago.
That's the only problem. And
you never heard of FedEx, you lazy bum?
That's the only roadblock is that you're in Chicago and Ashley Michelle is here.
And we're in a quarantine? Are you kidding me?
Amazon drones. I'm gonna go to the bathroom now, but I'll still be able to hear you.
Okay.
Oh no, Brian's new apartment is tiny.
Can we all cheer on
I feel like
I'm
just gonna wait to hear the flush.
Are we gonna hear you? I don't wanna. No.
Did you all see the thing about the toilet flush during the Supreme Court hearings?
No, but I believe it.
Court hearings via conference call, and some guy was talking, like doing his very serious points, and there was a toilet flush in the background, and they don't know who it came from because there were so many people on the call, but toilet flush. Look it up.
I've definitely heard
Well,
peeing
while
before.
Brian's taking a shit, it's time to call up our next game, and that game is a fun little backline game we like to call Southern Lawyer. We're gonna play Southern
Oh.
Lawyer here for
Is this our last game?
Yeah, is
it
this
can be.
Yeah.
Right. Stephanie needs to pass out.
I'm ready.
Okay. Sam, I don't know if you're busy with Twitch and other stream stuff, but you're welcome to join us for Southern Lawyer. We're going to play a little game called Southern Lawyer, where we're going to get suggestions from you all. No Jackbox. Unfortunately, my internet has been a little bit shaky the entire stream, and I don't think, I don't trust it. If I were to call up Jackbox, I think it would go pretty poorly. So I think we're gonna finish it off with a pun game.
We'll be back with Jackbox next week.
Yes, we will.
Please stick
we'll
with us,
requests.
COVID kids.
COVID kids, email us what Jackbox game you want us to play next week, and we will play it.
I like that.
Any game that we have.
Yeah. So yes, Ashley Michelle would like us to rename it to
Matlock.
Matlock, yeah.
It's called Matlock.
We're going to get a suggestion from you, our audience, and then we're going to do some courtroom puns. So if I were to get a suggestion from you all and you like, okay, can I get an example of a fruit that's oblong and yellow?
Yeah, banana, you loser.
Okay. Banana. Thank you. Sex with Your Honor.
Sex with Your Honor.
Apologies.
That's
Yeah,
embarrassing.
let's do that version.
That's embarrassing. Check it next out.
Sex,
You can't blame your internet for that.
We would say, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, or Your Honor, you may proclaim that my client is guilty, but if you do, we will win on appeal.
Right.
Get it? It's a
God,
pun.
every time.
Yeah.
Every time.
Thank you. So can we get from the audience a suggestion of an animal that you either have a tattoo of this animal or someone you know does?
I saw a belly dancer. I don't know.
A Stegosaurus.
Those are both good suggestions, but
Ladies
Very
and
nice.
gentlemen of the jury, my client Stegosaurus is innocent, and he's got a spine. Nope, failed.
Ladies and
Before I
gentlemen
do any of
the
these, I want to make sure all
jury,
my facts are straight.
my client, the Stegosaurus, is facing a life sentence. Do you really think he deserves to die in a cell?
Oh,
no.
yeah. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, ask yourself a question.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, my client claimed that his next door neighbor had a good hamburger, but it killed him because his was meatier.
These are great.
Very good.
I
Very
think that's a
good.
good ending point for that one. Should we
Yeah.
get it?
Yeah. I'm too afraid to comment on
Yeah,
something
yeah.
that I'm not an absolute expert about.
Why?
Hummingbird, zebra.
So then, kombucha then? Is that what?
I heard kombucha.
I heard
Hummingbird. Hummingbird.
Chia.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, my client is innocent. Sure, she may seem a little bit flitty, but she's solid.
Lady.
Your Honor, my client is being accused of murder, but it's not true. If you check the crime scene, that ain't blood. That's just sugar water. Red sugar water.
Oh,
Muy.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, my opponent would argue that my blood was found all over the front of my client, but he's simply ruby-throated.
Oh my God.
Stephanie, you have to do one because we just got a donation that says we need to hear Stephanie do her Kate McKinnon, Jeff Sessions impression.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
We got a suggestion from Facebook. We got a suggestion from Facebook. Sloth. Sloth.
Oh, I had another hummingbird.
Yeah, hummingbird.
Oh. Fine, do the hummingbird one.
Then we'll do sloth.
Your Honor. My client is being accused of stabbing someone to death with over 500 stabs to the heart, but to be truthful, it was only 200 beats per minute.
Did you just look up that fact?
Second. Not a minute. Is it a second?
200 beats per second? Yeah, because their wings beat 200 times per second.
Or the Your Honor. I blame my internet.
The police officer claimed that my client crashed into her car, but he barely necked her.
Nectar.
Oh, nectar. Oh.
That was a hummingbird thing? Is that what that was?
Yeah,
Yes.
and Stephanie, and go ahead,
And
Stephanie.
sloths have nectar.
It's my turn. It's so this is gonna be really good, you guys. So
Yeah, everyone
Okay.
shut up. Shush. Get ready
okay.
for Stephanie.
Your Honor, I know that the jury is gonna be going back and forth, seemingly in midair, but
Is that Bill Cosby?
No.
that's a good ending because I didn't have a punchline. I was just trying to do the back and forth thing. So
All right, we gotta do sloth.
We gotta do sloth.
Sloth from Facebook, and we're
Sloth.
gonna finish it strong.
Yeah, and slow.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you may think that my client, the tow truck driving sloth, is guilty, but
No.
his car was too towed. It was also towed as well.
No.
I saw that coming.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, please disregard my last argument. It may have been a bit slow.
Just like your internet, Aaron.
Mhm.
Oh, burn.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, my client, the sloth, is innocent. He only committed one of the deadly sins.
Oh, that's clever.
Is it?
Anyone have anything they want to contest?
No.
Envy.
I'd like to contest my last joke.
Yeah.
No. Oh,
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, what an Amazon trial this has been.
I don't get that.
I don't get it
Rainforest, 'cause
either.
they live in the
Amazon.
No,
I just
don't
want
get
to. I
it.
just want to share with everyone that I googled sloths. I just googled them, and the
Okay.
things that come up in Google are: can a sloth kill you? Do sloths die when they poop? Why is sloth so slow? And do sloths bite?
Is that a real
Okay.
question?
The one that
That's-
I need to know is, do sloths die when they poop? That can't
Yeah.
be right.
What's the
Yes, they
answer?
do. Yes, wait, I know this fact.
No,
Ladies
they
and
don't.
gentlemen of the jury. Yes, they do. Because sloths like to poop on the ground, I think. And when they poop because they don't like to poop up in the air. Maybe that's wrong. I know that sloths go on the ground to either hunt for food.
You're
or
sentenced
poop
to
or
death
Oh, no.
Flush the toilet on this one.
with a knife.
I'm gonna look that up.
client. Wait, can we have poop be our client?
Okay.
Okay.
You had to say
Aaron.
those words, so yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
this is the end, though. Poop.
We're ending on
Oh.
poop.
We are suggesting poop for ourselves. That's the end of the show.
Ladies and
Comedy
gentlemen,
geniuses.
my client is innocent. Forget what you turd.
Yeah, that was bad.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, my client Poop is innocent, and I don't care what the other side was calling him.
Ladies and gentlemen
Nice.
of the jury, my client is guilty of one of the charges he has been presented with, but not number 2.
Ladies and
Ladies
gentlemen
and
of the
gentlemen
jury.
of the jury, before you rule on my client, I just want to bring one more witness up to the stool.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury.
Oh, you're gross, Brian and Elena.
This trial has ruined my client. It has his reputation. I mean, look at the man. You wrecked him.
Oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's true. My client stole food for his family. He was down on his luck and he pinched that loaf.
Is this Les Mis?
There, that was great. We're ending on a pinch that loaf joke.
Pinch that loaf.
We have
Pinch
really good
that
comments.
Making a donation on Venmo at VermontComedyClub.com. We've got a bunch of other shows, and starting very soon, I mean, technically tonight, you can watch our shows on Facebook, on Twitch, on YouTube, on all these different places simultaneously.
Corny.
So do that. And anyone have anything else to say?
There's just some of the stuff in the
COVID
chat.
Kid said great nuggets of comedy there. That's a joke.
Smear
Also,
campaign.
these jokes are corny.
This article will be written in the annals of history.
Oh, jeez.
Man.
My mom says goodnight, all bad pot.
That's where we're ending. That's where we're ending. Should be our tagline for our next show.
The Unmentionables.
I get it, because sheep's turd.
The sheep's make turds. Yeah.
Bye, everybody.
Okay, bye.
Stay safe.
Bye.